You're absolutely correct, and we're very excited to be partnering with them as well as McAllister's.
Oh, McAllister's Deli.
Yes.
Yeah, we love that place.
Sure
They've got
do.
a couple of them here on the Strand.
And they will be providing lunch to our golfers.
Really? That's worth signing up just to get lunch from McAllister's and being a true blue.
And in addition to that, we have Martin's Golf Shop, who has donated for hole-in-one a Hummer golf cart.
Is that right?
Yes.
A Hummer golf cart.
That would be kind of fun. I'd love to see someone win that. And on another hole, if you get a hole-in-one, you can receive $5,000 towards a cruise with Cruise One of Myrtle Beach.
Good, good. Hole-in-ones are probably tough to get, but exciting to have that kind of an incentive to really focus on your game.
Yes, it'd be a good time. We are still accepting applications at this point.
Okay,
so we certainly
good.
hope that people would call. It's $100 per player, $400 for a team.
Okay, great.
Lots of wonderful raffle prizes at the end, actually, and it's just going to be a wonderful day. And as I said, it is our largest fundraiser, and it's very important that the public comes out and supports us at this point, because everything we do is done with donated dollars.
For folks who don't play golf, can they still be a part of the tournament? Do you have any volunteer needs out there that day, or do you have any just opportunities? Can folks make a donation, or do you sell sponsorships on holes or hole signage?
Yes, we do. Right now, we don't need any more volunteers for the event.
Good.
Our volunteers
That's a great
have all jumped
sign.
up. Yes, we're very fortunate again to have a large following of volunteers. But hole sponsors are $150 for a hole sponsor. Or if you want a real treat, you can be a playing sponsor, which means for $500 you have your name on a hole, as well as a team. You come and play.
That's it? $500? You'd get so you get a $50 discount. The $400 that would cost to get the foursome plus the $150 for the whole sponsorship, but you could do it for $500 to get both.
Yep.
That's tremendous, absolutely. And calling the 477-0020 number is the best place to sign up, or can they go online to sign up?
You can go online or give us a call, but the online is 24/7 as well, so that always works nicely.
That's great, absolutely. You get the information in. And of course, the great thing about True Blue being located in Georgetown County in such a tremendous course, it's really a prime location for your volunteers and other active donors and interested sponsors in Williamsburg County, Georgetown County, of course, so many folks here in Horry County. The opportunity to get down there. What a great day. And the layout of the day, I think that I see is registration and lunch provided by McAllister's there at 1 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have a shotgun start at 2:30.
Okay, great.
And that will be, then the game itself is captain's choice.
Good. Easy for great players like me. Yeah.
Come out and have fun. That's what it's all about. And there'll be all kinds of beverages throughout the days and snacks and so on to keep your energy up, and lots of water and so on. It's just going to be a great afternoon, and we're looking very forward to it. We've been doing this tournament now for several years.
Right.
And Charlie Thrash is our chairman of this, and Charlie is just superb at putting this tournament together, and he has worked long and hard, and we're really proud to have Charlie affiliated with us.
You've got a dedicated group of volunteers. You also have a great group of folks who help make the organization tick, Nancy. I know within the last year or so, Angela Nicholas, a couple of years maybe, Angela Nicholas was joined. And obviously you all merged with another chapter, I believe, to form the Coastal SC, Coastal South Carolina chapter of the American Red Cross. So there have been a lot of activities going on, but the needs have gotten greater. Rocco Salinari, is it? Who's very active. Who are some of the other folks in the office day in and day out that help train volunteers?
We have Karen Anderson, who's our Director of Emergency Service, and her assistant is Ed Hester. And of course, the one important person we never speak of is Wendy Spring. Wendy is our office manager. She keeps us all organized. She's wonderful, the behind-the-scenes and financial person. But it's actually Ed and Karen who really focus on the disaster preparedness, and they have trained volunteers. We have volunteers every day. I would think there's 5 or 6 volunteers every day doing something forever.
Is that right?
And we have a coordinator, but she's a part-time person, Pat. And Pat has just got her hands full because she takes care of a lot of our activities and keep everybody going. And, you know, to be a volunteer of the Red Cross, you have to be trained, and we have to go through the screening and stuff like that. And that's all for your own protection as well. So we want to make sure, and then we give make sure everybody has an introduction, and we work with Step Up on how, you know, to train people to be good volunteers.
Valerie Harrington and the folks out there are working very hard.
Yes, we work very closely with them as well as lots of other organizations to meet our clients' needs. So we're very fortunate. There's 8 of us all total. We have Sandra Quinn, who is our Georgetown service director. And
She's one of the 8?
Yes, she is.
Golly.
There's 8 of us paid employees.
Right.
And about 300 plus, close to 400 volunteers that make it happen.
Probably even more that you're not thinking. I mean, there's just so many folks that are dedicated to the Red Cross, and you've got an active board as well.
Yes.
A very active board, and that board serves Horry, Georgetown, and Williamsburg County.
Yes, they do. And they represent all 3 counties as well. We have members from, all of our board members represent the county, so it's well distributed and so on. It's just a very impressive group. I've been pleased.
Absolutely. Golly, Nancy, when you think about it, again, we highlight those 3 counties. Aside from fires and hurricanes, what are some of the other activities that the American Red Cross are focused on? You have a separate division that does the blood donations. Is that right?
Yes. Within the American Red Cross itself, there are 2 separate divisions. There's chapter services, which I am part of, and then there's blood services. We are 2 separate divisions, clearly based on the FDA requirements and guidelines.
Right.
Blood service is totally separate from us. But what we do at the chapter level, some people don't even realize, the first and foremost reason the Red Cross was formed by a Congressional Act of Congress 126 years ago was to provide aid to military personnel and their families.
Is that right?
Yes.
It was principally from military personnel.
And
Yes,
families.
and it's still very active in supporting military personnel
Extremely.
and helping keep people in tune with their military loved one wherever they are.
This area in particular, I was quite taken by the numbers. I haven't seen the total numbers for the last 12 months, but the previous 12 months we helped over 1,300 military families. That's significant.
Nancy, I didn't know that. 600
plus emergency messages. We are the ones who verify. We are not the ones who grant the permission, but we are the ones who verify. For example, if you had a loved one who was in the military and there had been a death or some serious illness in your family, you would contact your local Red Cross. They would contact the head of the military unit that you're with. They would verify that information and then pass that on to the military.
Right.
And the military makes the decision if you're able to come home or what you will be doing. But the Red Cross did that over 600 times. And then the other thing is we work with closely is working with military loans. We are the conduit for that as well, and work with the military services.
I didn't know that.
Well, sometimes, unfortunately, folks get stuck in situations, and we're, again, the verifying one. We are not the ones who make the loans or make the determinations, but we're the ones that work with you to verify it and to keep those things going in that way. There's tremendous amount. And it's interesting, that is the first and foremost reason that we were formed. Disaster was second. To be able to prepare people and to respond to prevent, prepare for, and respond to disasters in the United States.
And a lot of the disasters, and of course when you're involved with military members abroad, there are opportunities for the American Red Cross to make a difference all over the world.
Yes, there are. The interesting thing with our APES program, Armed Forces Emergency Services, is there are literally Red Cross personnel everywhere in the world that we have American troops. There's a Red Cross person there to help.
Critical to think about. What are the most pressing needs right now, Nancy? Is it for volunteers? Is it for donations? Is it for, when you talk about 9 fires since the beginning of this month, the beginning of the fiscal year, a lot has to happen. You don't want to tap the resources now, and we've got another 11 plus months to work on. What's the most pressing need? Is it dollars that can help make sure you've got the manpower to train more volunteers? What is it?
I think you're correct in that the need is monetary. We're always in need of monetary for a lot of different reasons. One, we are responsible for raising our money locally to support ourselves locally. The chapter itself has a budget of approximately $800,000 a year.
Okay.
So that's significant to have to raise. About 2/3 of that we have to raise through fundraising venues. And what we do for emergency service provision is, I don't think people realize, we provide for the immediate emergency needs of a family who's had a fire. So that's food, clothing, and shelter. We give them the ability to have that. And we also work with them to link them with resources within our community. We work very closely with other community groups and so on, but we take care of that initial 48 to 72 hours. That's critical. And training. When you become a volunteer with the Red Cross, we do everything. We train you, we send you to training outside of the area and so forth. You as an individual are not expected to incur any cost personally.
Is that right?
Correct.
As a volunteer?
We work very hard to make sure that we are just so appreciative of what they do for us. Volunteers are the backbone of the Red Cross. And to have committed folks, and the volunteers that we have here in this area are wonderful. But you're always in need of new ones because you have people who are traveling a lot. This is a very active community we live in. And people come and go, and we need to always replenish that. We're in need of people who are willing to come out and help us do some more of our fundraising events, to do some of our marketing. We have all of our clerical staff is volunteers.
Is that right?
Yes.
That's tremendous.
They answer the phones, they do the computer work for us, print our letters, just a lot of that sort of thing. So monetary needs are first and foremost, along with volunteering. People with all different skill levels.
Lastly, Nancy, if a viewer is sitting at home right now watching and they feel, oh, I don't have the checkbook to be able to commit dollars, what are the requirements you need for them to be able to volunteer? Are you talking about clerical opportunities as well as trying to get the word out? If a viewer is watching right now and doesn't have access to funds, what can they do to help the American Red Cross?
They can pick up the phone, give us a call, come and meet with us to hear about all the numerous opportunities. Everyone has a talent to share. And we're so appreciative of those talents, and we can certainly put them to use. And I can tell you right now that the volunteers will just have such a worthwhile experience, because just being with the Red Cross for the 7 years I've been there, there's nothing better.
Right. Those are great words. Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with the Director of Public Support, Nanci Conley, coming up next. Get out your pen and paper. Now's the time. Get it out. CoastalSCARC.org. CoastalSCARC.org or 843-477-0020. Critical phone number, critical website. 3 big counties geographically. That's part of the reason why those numbers are as startling, or aren't as startling, because they're such big counties, but those are terrible numbers. 9 fires since the 1st of July. Think about that. 35 people impacted by those 9 fires. 16 of them are children. Those are terrible numbers. You can make a difference, whether you're picking up the phone to call and say, I want to offer some time in the office, whether you're picking up the phone and saying, I want to buy a whole sponsorship of the golf tournament on August 4th, whether you're picking up the phone or going online to say, I want to get one of these emergency preparedness bags. They're a great deal for all this tremendous supplies and other information that you can get only in those bags. Go online to CoastalSCARC.org. And again, think of that. The shotgun starts at 2:30, but you can get out to register, get a tremendous lunch provided by McAllister's Deli at 1 o'clock, True Blue Golf Course. Call them, 477-0020. Make a difference for the American Red Cross. They need your help.